going on, everybody? It's your boy Rail back with another review, man. Yo, this is House of the Dragon, Season 1, Episode 7. Oh, before I'm a little dejected after watching this episode. Alright, so bear with me. But before we get started, you already know how it goes. Salute to the Discord gang, salute to those listening on Apple and Spotify podcasts, and of course you, the viewer. Oh God, it's just a mess. This episode was a hot ass mess. Can somebody answer this question? When did Westeros become West Chicago? Like, I need background on the writers. Where they from? Cause this was some ghetto shit. It truly was. Like, I felt like seeing that funeral, or that repast I should say, was just, I've been there before. I was there. Like, I'm watching on TV and I'm having flashbacks. I have PTSD. Baby mama drama at the funeral. Okay. Uh Uncles hitting on nieces at the funeral. Nasty. You know what I mean? The body ain't even cold yet, and you got somebody claiming the deceased person's girlfriend or boyfriend. Like, I was just like, what is this? Westeros? West Chicago? I was confused. I was like, this been going on for thousands of years. I thought it was, man, please let me know if you have experienced anything close to this type of funeral. I know you have. I would love to hear this. All right, now, first and foremost, I would like to say that Lena's funeral, right, when my man was spouting all those great words, when we had to read the subtitles, it was really special. And of course, Damon giggled at it, because when does he give a shit? Wife, dead wife, alive lady wife, dead lady wife. There's no difference. Mother of his kids, what kids? Who cares? Who cares? If it doesn't affect Damon, he could care less. So he's giggling at her funeral. Aegon's over there yawning, waiting for it to be over. But I'm not mad. That's usually how children are, because they don't understand death. It's whatever for them. And especially if they haven't met the person, it's just like, whatever. You know, I was drugged here by the family. But my problem with that funeral was that you say all those beautiful words and then you just flush her down the sea. You was just like, all right, and tilt the body into the water. And from the salt we came, and the salt we will remain. And then kerplunk. And I was like, oh God, it wasn't even graceful. They couldn't have put like pillars down to like gently slide her down there and let her kind of float for a second and sink to the bottom. No. They fucking flipped the casket right into the water. Bloop. I said, this is some shit. This is something here. I think if I had to choose my funeral, I think I'm gonna have to go out the Targaryen route. I think I enjoy that a lot more. Like being, wrapped in nice white linen, laid on a pyre, all these wood, and then have a dragon set me ablaze. That's a send off. Flipping my black ass into some sea on top of like hundreds of other caskets. Nah, I don't know. I don't know. But we're gonna get into it. Let's get into this. So, where should we begin? Let's talk about Renee. Well, first, let me tell you about this. I know I'm about to jump all over the place because this episode was just too much for me. I hate everybody. Let's get that straight. So first, I want to apologize. I want to apologize for several things. I'd like to apologize to Rhaenyra for assuming her and Laenor didn't even at least try. Okay, I was just under the impression that they said, no, we're not going to do any sex. We're not even going to try to give a baby. We're just done. We tapped out. We're not going to do it. So I apologize. It appears that she didn't try not once, not twice, but a few times. But my man's, his tadpoles wasn't swimming. Something went wrong. Okay? It just didn't happen. And then Senior Strong come in and he made it work. Okay, fine. I gotcha. Okay, cool. So that's my apology to Rhaenyra. I would also like to back up my apology by saying, I apologize for ever saying I was Team Rhaenyra. I was team teenage Rhaenyra pretty early on, but now I want to recant that, if I may. I take that back. Nope, no team black. And are you gonna assume that I'm now team green? Am I on Allison's side? Hell no. No. I hate everybody. I I despise Rhaenyra, Alicent, Otto Hightower, fucking his Lionel's son, the one with the cane. I don't know his name. Fuck him. Uh, who else? Who else do I really? You know I hate Damon. Fuck Damon. You know what I'm saying? I hate Corlys. I hate Princess Rhaena. Fuck her. Fuck them. Fuck that family. I hate Lane. I hate Lanor. Fuck them. Who else do I hate? Hate them kids. Except for the girls. Not mad at the girls. So far, they didn't do nothing wrong. Maybe Jason Luke, I ain't got no beef with. I'm not really mad at Aegon either. So, no, the kids are pretty much safe on my radar. So, it's not really FTK quite yet. But that Aemond, can I be mad at him? I'm not even mad at him. I'm not even mad at the kids. Not mad at the kids at all. And I'm damn sure not mad at Viserys. Viserys, once again, is the only person I'm team. That's it. I'm team Viserys. And when he dies, I don't know. I'll just be watching. I don't give a shit. Whoever dies from either side, I won't feel away. That's how I feel watching this show. Like, usually I'm like attached to a character. I'm like, ooh, I root for them. I root for your Tyrions, your Tywins. I root for your Jon Snows. I root for, what I'm saying, Daenerys. I got people like, oh my God, please don't die. Survive. These people, they could all pull a Keanu Reeves Ronin. Have you seen that movie, Ronin, with Keanu Reeves? No? Where he was a samurai? Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Oh, maybe like that Tom Cruise movie? No, not like that Tom Cruise movie. That was a good movie. No, no. The Last Samurai? No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Ronin. A trash ass movie with mystical creatures. The acting was horrible. The fight scenes were bad. The best part of that movie is when Keanu and his whole clan like committed Harry Carey, that with the Harry Kari, whatever, where they killed themselves. That was the best part of the movie, where they all did mass suicide. I was like, yes, good. Knock yourself off. Get out of here. That was the best part of the movie. And this is my feelings toward House of the Dragon right now. If they all were to just die off, dragons eat them, the sea swallow them, stabbed in the throat and the neck, I'm just gonna be unbothered. I don't care. I don't care. I hate them all. Hate them all. Now, are we ready for an actual review? You know I had to get my rant out. You know Real loves to rant. Now, first, can we talk about how Rhaenyra was at the funeral? That was the cringiest 15 minutes of my life. She is, first off, last episode, she walks away from King's Landing. She leaves the house. She feels the heat on her. So she runs away. Her and Laenor, they go off to Dragonstone. Now they're back for a funeral. Awkward. They just ran away. Who knows how long? I don't know the time skip. But she died pretty recent, so I would assume they didn't wait too long to host a funeral. So let's go ahead and say it was a few days. They got the funeral procession together, and they had to sail across the sea to get there. So, okay, fuck it. Right? Now, but watching Rhaenyra move around that room, looking, what I noticed is, in that scene, she was looking for anybody that was an ally. She looked over to her father. He ain't got no words for her. Alicent is over there mean mugging her off into the corner. Princess Rhaena doesn't even want the kids around her around her grandkids, the little girls. She shoos them away like, no. And you see the people like kind of whispering, looking at Rhaenyra. She just looks uneasy. She looks so uneasy. I felt uneasy. I was like, God, get her out of here. She's in here with her silver ass hair. Where's her husband? Somewhere drunk as hell by the ocean. Not mad at him. He lost his twin sister. Well, no, it's not his twin sister. He lost his sister. So he's devastated. He couldn't save her. He wasn't, who knew when the last time they spoke? So he's fucked up over the loss of his sister. So I'm giving him a pass. But he's all fucked up somewhere. So she's basically in like a pit. No, everybody is looking at her kids like, look at the motherfuckers with all that black hair. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. She's the talk of the town. Nobody, it's like nobody wants to hold a conversation, and she's just moving around awkwardly. I was like, damn, where's the buffet at? Can she at least pretend to eat? Like, like when you get nervous at places, at least there's something you can eat or drink on, sip, like be doing something. I was like, where's the hors d'oeuvres at this funeral? Something. She had nothing to do. She's just holding her kids close and just rubbing their head and saying, hey, look, you know, just be cool. And then her own kids trying to blow up the spot. She tell Jace, like, hey, could you go talk to your cousins? They look a little sad. He's like, yeah, well, we sharing sadness. My dad's dead. Well, not my dad, but strong. And she's like, listen, you're not a strong, you're a Targaryen. And I'm just like, let it go. Let it go. You gotta at least be real with your kids. Like, come on. At least. At least that way they know to protect themselves. Like, give them that assurance. Don't fuck them up like this. But yeah, so watching her move around was super cringy. Watching Viserys keep staring at Damon. I hate that Viserys loves Damon so much. I truly do. I truly do. I feel like Jada Pinkett in that one movie, Jason's lyric, you can't save somebody who don't want to be saved. Like, that's how I feel. Let this brother go, bro. Let him go. All blood ain't family. Damon is not your family. I don't give a shit who your mama is. Don't care who your dad is. This nigga does not move like a brother. He moves like an op. No matter how much you try to bring him into the fold, he offered him a seat at the council. He's like, come on, bro, come home. Like the past years, let that be that. Viserys wants nothing more than to just family, man. And I fucking hate his family so much. So much. Whew. Also during that, we heard the big wings of Laena's dragon flapping, and we see Aemond on it. He is dragon hunting at this point. He's like, oh, what the fuck? Where that dragon at? Like, I'm gonna catch him. I'm gonna catch that dragon sleeping in his zone. So Aemond's out there plotting. Aegon is tossing back drinks. And apparently he's betrothed to his own sister, who is like super weird. What's her name? I don't know her name. But I'm like, Shorty be reciting like spells, and she loves insects. Like, is she a witch? Is she into witchcraft? I don't know. But Aemond seems to be the most adult of Alicent's kids, is what I've noticed during this. Not because he got packed out and then whooped all that ass. We'll get to that. But because Aegon was like, oh, she's a weirdo. Look at her. Like, look. And Aemond is telling him, like, yo, this is your duty. I'm like, a child talking about duty? Wow. Wow. I guess Rhaenyra could learn a lesson. Talking about duty, talking about, hey, we need to keep the blood pure. That's what it is. That's what we got to do. And Aegon's like, oh, at least we got something in common. We like things with long legs. I'm like, okay, Aegon's a player. He's baby Theon. That's what he is. And he's getting faded. And here goes Otto. Otto's back. This is a nasty ass funeral. My man Lionel ain't been dead for a week. And in pops stupid ass Lionel, who ain't touched a blade. He ain't got no fresh haircut. He ain't shaped his hair no type of way. He looks like a goddamn bum with the hand of the kingpin. I don't even know how that happened. Do we not hold was there nobody else? Was there no? This is like the only reason I'm mad at Viserys right now. He couldn't have chose another hand. There was nobody, anybody. You come a long way from having Lionel. That's a tough one to follow. But Otto, my G, no, can't get that old thing back. Viserys, come on. So we already know. It's all looking like a shit show. I'm over here pissed. I was like, oh God. Otto says a little something to Damon. Damon says some slick shit back. But you know what I don't like about this episode? Tell me if it was just me. But is the ambient sound louder than them holding conversations? Like, I feel like it was not. It felt like you heard a lot of wind, a lot of like I said, like the outward noises. And when they talk, I have to turn my TV up to the max. Like, I know I'm not that old. I know I'm not that deaf. Please, if anybody is experiencing this, like, let me know. I feel like they trying to immerse us too much. Like, hey, like what I'm saying is they're trying to outsmart themselves. Like keep it simple, stupid to the cinematography people, like to the sound people. Guys, you're not helping us by like bringing us in the room. Hey, you're gonna hear what they hear. All of us ain't got Atmos speakers, nigga. Like we are all, most of us got our TV. That's it. We have TV speakers. So if this was built for surround sound, please let us know. And then why don't you release that at a different time and give us regular folks some standard definition lit, like I can't hear you. I can't hear it. I feel like they're doing too much. That's the thing that I hate the most. That sound. But the funeral's going, and there's a few things I want to touch on. First, I want to talk about Corlys and Princess Rhaenyra, right? So they have a conversation. Princess Rhaenyra is fed up. Okay, her daughter is dead. Her son is somewhere fucked up, don't know where he is, and she's disgusted at Rhaenyra and those quote unquote grandkids of hers. Like those ain't it, you know. And she's telling Corlys like, look, they not your grandkids. So her decision was take away Laenor's like his what he's owed to the throne, like his heirship to the throne, and pass it down to Laena's kids, which I thought was a bit excessive, but she wasn't wrong. I felt her emotionally because them ain't your goddamn grandkids. They got nothing to do with you. They are of zero relation. But Corlys poses a great line that I think is was powerful. He said, "History don't remember blood; it remembers names. Like that's it." So you see where Corlys's ambition lies. Like he could give a fuck about his bloodline, which I thought was wow. He's really about his name, that last name Valerian, sticking around and meaning something, like holding court somewhere. And we find out that Princess Rhaenyra Ben gave up the crown. Corlys is the one that was extra fighting for it, right? We thought that she wanted it equally, but I never got that vibe from her. But that's solidified. We know Corlys's whole move. He wants to be in power, but he can't. So what's the next best thing? Get your woman up there. So Corlys exposes his plan, and he knows that he can't for good reason just say, Laenor, you don't get nothing, and your kids don't get shit. Because that's gonna start a whole ripple effect with Viserys, and he's gonna question you. Why would you do such a thing, especially at this time? And he's got to come up with a lie. He can't just say, "Bro, to make my kids. I mean, to make my grandkids." That's not gonna fly. He still wants a seat of power. Um, Otto being there, hating on Aegon, snatching him up. I like how he looked around first, cause he knows he get caught manhandling the prince like that, there'd be problems. So he's sneaky as shit. I can't stand him. Can't stand Otto. I hate his face. Fuck him. Who else was interesting during the funeral? I want to stick to what was happening at the actual funeral. I think that was about it. There was nothing as far as funeral wise. Now the things that's happened outside the funeral. Damon. So him and Rhaenyra decide to go take a walk along the beach because Rhaenyra couldn't find anybody that could be a friend. Now she had to rewind, she had a nice talk with Laenor where he sits there and says, "Hey, I did wrong by you. I should have been there. I've been focused on other shit. I need to be a better dad. I'm gonna be the husband you deserve." Like he's tripling down. He's like, "I see where I fucked up." And Rhaenyra's like coping with him, like, "It's gonna be good. We're gonna work this thing out. Don't trip. You're an amazing man." Right? Which I thought he was too. I think Laenor's a pretty solid dude. He wasn't making the babies happen, but I like those two conversations. Those feel like the most authentic ones, and you see a real partnership. Everybody else, they're scheming for something. Anytime people partner up, they're trying to fulfill their own self-interest, except for conversations between Rhaenyra and Laenor. I do appreciate their relationship. I hate both of them, but I appreciate their relationship. It's the only genuine one that exists as it sits. And I thought it was weird why he was going so hard though. Like I'm like, you just lost your sister. None of that was your fault. People calling your kids bastards, like, okay. But yeah, so then, anyway, Rhaenyra and Damon decided to take a stroll on the beach, right? I knew this was headed to a nasty place. Because them two alone, ugh. And you know what? I'm over the incest thing. Whatever. Fucking whatever. I don't care. Brother on sister, sister on sister, brother on brother, uncle on niece, mother, child. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I'm over it. It's all nasty. I'm never going to discuss it again. So I'm taking that off the table for discussion from now on. Because there's nobody who could find anybody better suited to lay with than their own family. So I'm not even going to bring it up. Okay? I'm not going to have these arguments with people talking about how regular it was back then. I don't give a shit. You win. You win. Rail doesn't care anymore. Rail doesn't care. So let the incest fly. Let it just go everywhere. Okay? So let's just talk to them as people. You're cool with it? I'm great with it. All right, now. So they finally, I guess Damon finally was able to get it up this time. And now they have sex on the beach while his lady wife get laid to rest. And I know. Damon is such a good dude. He's such a good guy. He's everybody's favorite. Just, yeah. His wife has just started soaking. The bath just started. She just got in the tub. Okay? She just put the Epsom salt in there. And not 3 hours later, he's smashing Rhaenyra on the beach. That was smart. That was smart. And all the while, Aemond. Now this is where it get interesting. When we start getting the kids into conversation. Now the kids have finally moved the plot forward. I was wondering. I was waiting. I'm like, what do these kids have going on that's gonna be A, something I'm interested in? And B, how are they gonna motivate this storyline? Like, there's a lot of shit going on. So where do these kids fit in? Well, here it is. Aemond tracks down Lena's dragon, which answered my question. I'm like, what do you do when a dragon owner is dead and the dragon is just left to its own device? Apparently, you just run up and claim it. Whoever's got the blood could just hop on, and if you don't get killed, it's your dragon. That works. So Aemond went in there. He learned the hard way, but Aemond was a soldier. I thought Aemond was soft. Aemond surprised me this episode. He really did. Because when they was cracking jokes at him with the pig and shit, and he'd be crying back to his mama Alicent, doing all this nonsense, I was like, boy, he's soft as hell. I was wrong. So I like to also add another apology. Sorry, Aemond, you a beast. Because you risk your life on the back of that dragon. Never flew one a day in his life, but managed to climb up there, hang on, figure it out, and park it. Sure, he smashed a campfire, but that's a big ass dragon to park. Okay? So well done. Now the little girls see him hop off their mama's dragon. Like I said, everybody's just moving too soon. Too soon. But Aemond ain't no dummy. He was like, I gotta get to this goddamn dragon before anybody else does. Cause that's all he was obsessed about was a fucking dragon. So when he comes back home, he he parked the dragon outside the garage, sat the keys on the side. He walks in and get accosted by little girls. Right? They tell him he's a thief, stole their mama dragon. He let them know, like, hey, if it was meant for you, you should have claimed it. I don't know what to tell you. It's my dragon now, baby. And he's got the biggest dragon. I think that's the largest dragon so far, right? Of all the dragons we've seen. So he pulled off a nice heist. So we see the girls try to pack him out. And he was whooping ass. Aemond was beating the shit out of Jace, Luke, and two little girls. I didn't know he had it in him. Right? And then they all packed him out. I thought that was hilarious. He called hella fists. He called a lot of medieval royal fists. It was a royal rumble. Look what I did there. It was literally a royal rumble. So yeah. But at the same time, and it was foreshadowing what we saw toward the end. We see that the girls teamed up with Rhaenyra's kids with their cousin, with that side of cousins, to pack out Aemond. And that's just how it was separated when the whole Alicent versus Rhaenyra thing happened. You saw the sides separate: Corlys, Damon, and Rhaenyra, and it started with the kids. So I'm like, okay, here we go. Now the kids about to get messy. I'm like, now how we gonna figure this out? This should do something. So now Aemon gets the head. You know what I'm saying? He gets the top of the fight, grabs a rock and is threatening to kill niggas. He's like, I will bash Luke's whole head in. Y'all better back the fuck up. Now, where did Jace come with that little dagger? I don't know, but it was clutch. Cause his brother was. I don't think that Aemon was finna smash Luke with that rock though. I think he was threatening him because he had several times to hit Shorty with that rock. Several. And he just kind of was like, look, y'all got y'all ass whooped. I got a rock. Chill out. He had that rock like it was a pistol. Like he had the pole on him. Like, look, don't make me use it. All right, everybody just go sit down. It's my dragon now. Fuck off. All right, y'all tried to beat me up. It didn't happen. And then Jace wasn't having it. Cut that nigga's eye. Whoosh! And I said, oh shit, what's about to happen now? Because Alicent and Rhaenyra has been at each other's throat. So I said, now they kids then manifested it into something physical. How is this gonna turn out? This was the juicy part of the episode. So now the King's Guard come down there, finally find it, split them up, and Aemon loses an eye. Stitched up. But my man's a G though. Aemon didn't flinch. He wasn't crying. He was minus an eye. Alicent all fucked up about it. Viserys trying to get to know the truth. Now here comes Rhaenyra walking in. She comes into her son with a busted nose. It's all a mess. And this is where I feel for Viserys the most. Because the two mothers who are at war, now the kids, and it comes down to name calling. How this all started, he called us bastards. And that's treason. So now Rhaenyra is like accusing her own brothers of treason. And Alicent is like, over some words? You know, Alicent won't cheat. And then Alicent called for eye for an eye. All the while, Viserys is popping off. Everybody love everybody. ELE. I don't want to hear about this. Anybody else that call my fucking grandkids bastards or allude to that their father ain't their father is finna lose a fucking tongue. He is fed up. I said, you go, Viserys. Viserys don't get mad often. I've only seen him angry twice. Once at Damon, when he threatened to fuck him up, straighten Damon right up in that throne hall, threatened to murder him. And now, and it took everything in his power not to fuck Alicent up because she tried it. Alicent went on one. And you know what? I don't know if I'm too mad at her. Because if somebody, kid, took my kid's eye, like somebody took my daughter's eye, and we just finna apologize, that's not finna sit for me. So yes, I understood her anger, her emotion. She said, I want eye for an eye. I'm picking the kid. Who was it? Him? Give me his eye. And then trying to put Christian in the middle. That man said, she's like, you work for me. This is a queen's order. How quick do we find out that the queen's order don't mean shit? That was a humbling moment. And only one queen who could scream that, and that's probably going to be Rhaenyra. You got to be the queen of all. You can't just be the king's woman. That ain't going to happen. So, and Christian let her know, like, yeah, I was sworn to protect you, so try to keep me out of this. And I'm just sitting here, like, eating popcorn, like, yo, how they going to figure this out? And then Alicent just decided, okay, fuck it. My husband ain't going to hold me down. My fucking snitch-ass knight ain't going to hold me down. I'm going to hold me down. Grab the dagger, ready to stab the shit out of her kid's eye. I was like, holy shit. Then in walks Rhaenyra with a well-placed move. I also saw when they was getting into it, Christian tried to run up, and Damon stopped him. Now, it's funny to me, you know, Damon, yeah, okay, he did that. But Christian whooped his ass before. Like, I'm not going to let that slide, Damon people. I'm not going to let that slide. I think Christian let that slide because he knew, like, okay, if I put my hands on Damon right now, this ain't no tournament. I'm going to die. So he basically, so let's not say Damon stopped him. Let's say Damon put his what's that word I'm looking for? His entitlement in front of him. He put a big ass wall of entitlement in front of and not entitlement. It's another word I want to use. Ah, I can't think of it, but you know it. But he used that. Privilege. He put a wall of privilege in front of Christian because he knew he couldn't make that move right there. It would have been over for him. So now, as the two women are tussling, I'm sitting here like, yeah, I've never seen this before, and it's happening in public. It's fucking queen versus princess. I'm like, how do you break this up? How do you touch one of these ladies without committing treason or doing some shit? Like, how does this work? And they both not listening. I was like, shit. Wow. I don't know. As you can see, everybody got around the circle. I think I heard World Star. I don't know. But Allison held that motherfucker like the Shining, nigga. She held that shit like, I don't know. And she let her emotions get the best of her, and because she had Rhaenyra on the ropes. This was the scene where Alicent lost it all. She had everything going for it. She had the town talking shit about Rhaenyra. She was she had the whole shit was strong. She got the baby daddy murdered, right? She trying to say it was she ain't had nothing to do with it, but we know. So she had the baby daddy murdered, so he's out the picture. She really Alicent really left her with nothing. She had nothing. So much so that Rhaenyra had to fucking leave her own home. She had to leave King's Landing because she ain't feel safe. She felt that some shit was about to go down. So Rhaenyra had her fucking on the ropes. I mean, Alicent had Rhaenyra on the ropes, had her down on the ground, had her in a rear naked choke with like 30 seconds left. And she fucked up when she let her emotions take over. Emotions flew over her baby, over her eyeless baby, and it was over. Then Rhaenyra perfectly let her go, so she knew that the knife would cut her. And I'm like, oh shit. She just attacked the princess. And then she let her know, like, hey, now everybody can see you for who you truly are. Wow. And at that moment, she was like, fuck, I lost. She did it in front of every noble person. You think they not finna talk about this when they get home? You know how many people, nobility, all them knights and fucking ladies and lords finna go back to the crib like, girl, if you'd have seen this funeral, oh my God. The queen stabbed the princess. The queen's kids was calling Rhaenyra's kids motherfucking bastards. What? That's treason, girl. Hell yeah, it's treason. You should have been there. That is all finna spread. And you know what happens? It turns into the truth, and then the more people spread to it, then it becomes Alicent tried to murder Princess Rhaenyra and eat her kids' eyes. You know, that's what's gonna turn into. So Rhaenyra is looking like public enemy number one. She's looking bad out here. And salute to Aegon for keeping it a buck. Cause Aemond low-key snitched. He couldn't tell on his mama. So he put it on the next best nigga, which was his older brother. I'm a little bit mad at that, but I'm not 100% mad at that when under Viserys' questioning. Because what was he gonna do? Tell it was his mama who did it? Like, he couldn't do that. So he said, fuck it, my big brother been giving me shit. He don't even like me. Fuck it. He told me they was bastards. And if Viserys run down on Aegon, I loved Aegon's response. This is probably my favorite thing in the entire episode. Like, there was a lot of shit that happened. The whole How to Train Your Dragon moment. Fuck all that. Aegon's line in this scene was the best thing I've seen this entire episode. When this motherfucker said, when Viserys asked him, where did you hear this from? This treasonous shit. Where'd you get it from? Aegon said, come on. We know. And then Viserys was like, well, what we know? He's like, come on, man. We all know that that ain't laying those kids. Look at him. Aegon said, look at him. I died. I had to pause the TV because I was in tears. That motherfucker said, look at him. Like, what you want me to say? That was terrific. And it went unpunished because Viserys just like, holy shit. I feel so bad for Viserys. He got such an asshole son who would sit there and say some shit like that without saying, I don't know, blaming it on like a maid or something. Like he could have did anything. Like, oh, the streets was talking, not pointing at one specific person, but he was like, man, I just be hearing it around town or some shit, like around the castle. I don't know anything but what he said. If Viserys is just like, holy shit, my oldest is a fucking dick. Then like Rhaenyra, and then my son, my eldest son, he's a fucking dick. My wife is a fucking, she's the worst. My man's dead. He can't even help me out of this. Damon's a fucking, he's a piece of shit. Viserys just blew up. He's just so. How do you not feel for Viserys, man? How do any of y'all put this on? Like, what would y'all like him to do? You and Viserys situation, right? Here I go again. Y'all make me cape for him, but I be seeing the comments. Y'all make me cape for him. But what would you do, geniuses? What would you do? You're the king. You run everything, and you're faced with this shit. How do you put this on Viserys? How is this something he is doing the very best he can? What you want him to murder Rhaenyra? Roll with Alicent, murder Rhaenyra and her children? Hmm. Get and just say, you know what? I'm not meant to be king. Here, let's give it to Damon because he's shown that he could be in charge of anything. He can't even keep a wife alive. But yeah, let's give him a kingdom. What do you what what? What do y'all I can't. I can't. I can't. I just don't understand. I don't understand. You don't ever it when you say these things, y'all don't feel dumb. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. So I thought that was genius. That was a genius scene. And we see then that started the war because Otto comes in and he's like when Alicent is there talking about I fucked up, I done stabbed the princess, I done got emotional, everybody done seen it. Otto's like, yep, you did that. Yeah, you opened the shit out her arm. You did that. Sure did. Yep. But guess what? Not no biggie. Not no big. What he gonna do to you? He's not gonna do shit. He can't kill you. So you're good. Just relax. I'll take care of it from here. But you lay low. Shut the fuck up. Let daddy take control. Like I should have been doing. And I mean, how can you argue with that? So now that's in place. And Rhaenyra knew from that moment on it was about to be war. She knew that Alicent wasn't just gonna let that whole eye shit go. Even though Aemond said, like a G, he was like, hey man, I ain't even tripping. I lost the eye, but gained a big ass dragon. So it's fair. Fair money. I'm not tripping. Let's go. Somebody saddle up my dragon. I can fly a dragon with one eye, baby. Ain't no big deal. And that's when Otto was like, hey, that little boy, he was right. Shit, a dragon of that size, that dragon, is worth 1,000 eyeballs. So he paid a cheap price. Alistair, your son even got common sense. It seems like the kids got more sense than adults, and that's typically what happens, you know. But now this plan, right? So Rhaenyra knows, like I said, knows the shit ain't finna die just here. It's finna go beyond. It's go time. So now she sets in place like, hey, we need to unite because all this shit about my kids is out there. Ain't nobody finna believe it. Those who gonna believe it, it's enough for them to go to war over. So me and Damon, me and you, we're gonna get married. Let the fire link up. Fuck the Valerians. It's whatever. They chose a line. So these two go secretly get married. They put a plan in, hatched. I thought they killed Laena low key. I said, oh, I know this bitch didn't. I know she didn't. I know she didn't just kill Laenor. Come to find out, it was a well hatched plan to pretend he's dead so she could meet Damon. I mean, link up with Damon. And I guess Laenor go live the life he wants to live. Because remember, Damon said the words, there's a place where names don't mean shit, only gold. And Laenor's an explorer. And he ain't got his sister no more. Because I was trying to figure out his motivation for wanting to do this. But he doesn't have any kids that have claim to that throne. And he knows it. And it's so funny that Princess Rhaena said those same things about him. So he knows it. And he dropped the ball. So he said, fuck it, I'll hit the restart button, go live a wealthy life somewhere, secret, smash all the young squires that I want to, and just do me. Just be off in the cut somewhere. So I'm not mad at Laenor's move. He got a baldy now. He done switched it up. He's hiding. So he's gone. So I was just glad to see him alive because I was like, yo, I truly hate her. So she's got a master plan going. So it's black versus green. Otto seems to be the lead on Alicent's side, and it seems like Rhaenyra's finna run things over here. Damon, he's just sitting back ready for war. That's all he's good at. Violence. So I guess that's coming. Also, that cripple dude, Lionel's son, the piece of shit. You know what I don't like about him? He's sitting there like, oh well, I know the queen would like to get that other eye, but it might be a little tricky. But you know what? There's ways around it. I could do that if that's what you want. And she's looking at him like, I think we're good. But I appreciate you. You've shown your dedication and trust. I could use you. And it's that smirk he gave her when he turned away. That whole, yes. I was like, what is that face? I'm friend of the queen. I'm friend of the queen. Look at me. Yes. You see me, father, with your burnt ass? You see me, brother? Like, I hate dude. I hate dude. And I think Alicent doesn't trust him for a fucking second. And I think that he works for Otto. 100%. That's my hot take. Otto put all this in play. That whole strong shit, and then sent dude in there. I just don't know his motivation for wanting to kill his father and brother. I didn't see it. But he is the Lord of Harrenhal now. So he's got land and title. And I guess he's best friends with the queen. But let's not be surprised she don't get this motherfucker offed. But yeah, so it should be fireworks next episode. That's what I'm assuming. But this whole wedding is finna shake shit up. And I only feel sorry for one person. And that's Viserys. Because war is happening, with or without him. It doesn't matter. You know what? I'm actually hoping my man dies before he sees his family go to war. That's the best I can hope for him. You know what I'm saying? He lost a leg, an arm. His grandkids he loves so much, but they don't seem to love each other, and it seems to be all this strife, and he doesn't deserve it. So I hope that Viserys dies soon. Because fuck these people. They don't deserve him anyway. King's Landing don't deserve Viserys. Rhaenyra don't deserve her dad. Alicent doesn't deserve to be with anybody but Christian Cole. They're perfect for each other. Perfect for each other, pieces of shit. So yeah. Or maybe Alicent marries Otto. Who gives a shit, right? Incest here, incest, who cares? That's House of the Dragon, baby. But with that, protect your health, yourself, your wealth, man. Your boy, did I say who I had winning this episode? I'm giving it to Aegon. That one line, one piece of acting, his face, by far sent me off. I'm giving him the MVP. And he was only drunk and had that one line. Yep, that's it. I mean, Viserys would bring up the rear, but not trying to seem biased, even though I am biased, so it doesn't. Protect your health, yourself, your wealth, man. Your boy Real is out of here. Peace. Yo, I know I don't need no introduction, but y'all know who it is, man. It's your boy Hollywood Real, and I appreciate you for sliding through and watching these videos. But you know what I need from you? All right, if you ain't already, I need you to like this and subscribe this, man. We at 1,000 trying to get to 2, all right? Push it for your boy. Get them algorithms up. So when it come to that subscribe button,